Obi-Wan Kenobi, which was a highly anticipated Star Wars series which was set to explore the untold story of Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi during his years of exile on the planet Tatooine following the events of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars promised to delve deep into Kenobi's inner struggles and his commitment to protecting a young Luke Skywalker from afar, all while facing his own past and the remnants of the Sith. Ewan McGregor returned, so did Hayden Christensen, and people that Disney claimed were a talented ensemble cast. Kenobi was set to captivate audiences with its blend of thrilling adventure, they said, the character driven drama, and the timeless allure of the Star Wars universe. And as you guys know, none of that really happened. The series is arguably the worst Disney Star Wars has given us. You see the article here, the Illuminati. Obi-Wan Kenobi may be Disney Plus's Star Wars biggest failure to date. Notice it says to date. Well, what's the latest? What's the scoop? What's the rumor? What's the leak that we're talking about? It may not make sense, but who has accused Disney Star Wars of making sense anytime lately? There's a Reddit post that says a further Obi-Wan Kenobi story is in pre-production and will now be a movie from what I've heard. It's going to be the big announcement on May the 4th. So only a week until now, you can verify the validity of this post. The big two names that will be announced joining Ewan in said movie are Liam Neeson and Tamura Morrison. I don't know if it's Cody, but would assume so. That's Tamura Morrison as Cody and not Boba Fett. I know zero story details, and I hope the fact I don't know any story details or claim to shows I mean this with honest intent. And of course, Joel and Bonnie return too, Baru and Lars. I haven't heard Hayden will be in it or Jimmy Smits, etc., but that doesn't mean they won't appear in some form. Cheers. As many of you are aware, Ewan McGregor has been known to mention Kenobi Season 2 at conventions. When asked about a second season of Kenobi, he is on board. He wanted a second season to happen, and we know that it's not going to happen. This article actually just came out this morning. Is Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 happening? They're not talking about the leak that we're talking about here. They're saying, no, Season 2 is not happening. And they actually quoted Kathleen Kennedy back in March 2022 when she said in her interview with Entertainment Weekly, insisting that a second season hinges on a worthwhile story idea presenting itself. Everybody involved, she said, would love to see this not end, Kennedy said, but we have to really spend our time asking the question, why would we do it? If we were to decide to do anything more with the Obi-Wan character, we'd have to really answer the question, why? Such a logical and thought out question there by Kathleen Kennedy. It makes you wonder why she hasn't done anything more with, I don't know, Luke Skywalker. Remember the audience's reception of The Mandalorian Chapter 16? Why haven't you done more with Luke, Kathleen? You know, it's funny that she uses logic and reason when it suits her own interest, where she could back up and support herself. But overall, she doesn't do anything with logic and reason. It's all whatever Kathleen wants. It's her sandbox, if you will. Obi-Wan Kenobi is a cornerstone of the Star Wars franchise, or at least he was when George Lucas created it. When George Lucas owned Lucasfilm, this character was iconic. Disney has all but destroyed him, basically rendering him an incompetent fool. After all, it's his fault. He failed again to kill Darth Vader. 2 times. He's 0 for 2 now. And was this, in fact, in the series, the ultimate rematch, as Kathleen Kennedy said? Of course it wasn't. You see the rating here that's very generous, 7.1 over at the IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes has it 82% from, users and critics, but 62% audience score, and that one might even be a little bit high, folks. The Kenobi series was a massive disappointment. So why would you even consider making a movie? That doesn't mean that they're not, though, guys. It does not mean that they're not. They should be able to, with Hayden and Ewan McGregor both returning to the Star Wars franchise. That should be magic in a bottle, but it wasn't. The end of Kenobi season one made no sense. Where, again, as I've already mentioned, Kenobi failed to kill Darth Vader again. The show had lazy writing, making the show feel long, slow. Why is he being a babysitter in space for Princess Leia when he's supposed to be watching Luke? How could you replace Luke with Leia in this? Many people didn't like the music. They said it was disappointing. It was an imitation of John Williams, not the authentic thing. Darth Vader was underwhelming, and we got to see him get his butt kicked again, making him a much less threat in Disney Star Wars. The 6 episode format limited the story. It felt slow but rushed. How could you do that? Only Disney Star Wars can. Vader leaving Reva alive was obvious plot armor, and Reva at all was just horrible. Obi-Wan. Come on, man. Get out of here with that. The chase scenes were hard to believe. Every chase scene with Leia, just atrocious. Hayden Christensen, in his return, was wasted, in my opinion. And I'll even say the return of Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn as a Force Ghost at the end of the show just didn't feel the way I would have anticipated it to feel. I thought it would have had a more special feeling. It would have resonated with the fan base more, but it just didn't. Should Kenobi get his own movie? Should Rey get her own movie? Should they be doing a Mandalorian movie? I don't know the answers to these questions anymore. I just know that Disney Star Wars is sick and they need massive reconstructive surgery to fix this franchise if they even can. They haven't made anything that's resonating with the younger generation. Neither will this, if true. May the 4th almost here. We'll see if this is going to hold up in terms of announcements. Are they going to announce a Kenobi movie? We will see. Thanks for being here at Echo Base Network. You are Echo Base Network. May the Force be with you. See you guys on the next one.